It was a Sunday morning, I had nothing to do, and so I checked some watch websites, and then this, kaboom! I've never heard of Cimier, although the brand itself was founded 1924 and revived 2003. I've never seen one of their watches before, but I knew instantly that here we have something special, because one look is enough to remember this watch for a very long time. So let's explore the Cimier 711 Heritage Chronograph. We have an automatic watch with a case diameter of 39.5 millimeters, a length lug to lug of 47 millimeters, and a height of 14.5. Lug width is 22. The watch has a box-shaped sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating on the inside and is powered by the CIM 100 movement that is based on the good old Valjoux 7750 with a power reserve of 48 hours. Water resistance is 100 meters. We have two dial colors, beige and blue, and a limited edition with a green dial. The price for the regular editions on the metal bracelet is indicated with 2,575 Swiss francs, so around 2,500 euros or 2,790 US dollars. So let's start with the dial. Role model for this piece was a historic watch from the 60s with a layout that stood out. We have a 30-minute counter on position 11 and a 12-hour counter on position 7. Two scales, telemeter and tachymeter, well separated. The telemeter for measuring distances you see behind the minutes on the outer edge of the dial, and the tachymeter for speed in the center. This leads to a very complex and new look, because we're used to see these scales mingled into each other. Very nice feature that brings some order in a very busy design. Next point is the exquisite, I repeat, exquisite typography. Wonderful numerals, wonderful logo with a lot of character. Look at the 3 and the 9, for example, which are extremely well balanced in sharp contrast to the 5. But the font managed to deliver an impression of unity. Also, the contrast, especially of the beige dial here, is extremely well done with that black outer ring and the orange accents. But all fans of intact numerals will have a hard time with that watch, because the chronograph function is very dominant here. The subdials go through the numerals and through the tachymeter scale, at least color-wise. Cut-out numerals are a bit like religion. You see them in any context between fine vintage watch and micro brand, and there are good arguments for and against these cutaways. So I suggest you take a close look and let your taste decide whether you like it or not. And by the way, I'm focusing here a bit on the beige dial because it is my favorite, but also the blue version is just insane. That look really creates depth and impact. My only bit of criticism now are the hands that I find too modern, too sort of 90s, but that might also count by my taste. And the watch could be a smidgen too big, especially with that lug width of 22. Also very interesting is certainly the case, which they call barrel shaped. We've seen these cases here and there, from smaller brands, but also from Zenith, for example, and it always delivers some punch. But what I really like here is the combination of that edgy material and the rather fine elements on the dial. The watch looks robust and elegant at the same time. And inside we find a modernized variant of the Valjoux 7750, which came to fame for reliability and a heavy rotor that winds unidirectional, which means you can feel it. And that movement is relatively high, which leads to our case thickness of 14.5 millimeters. But here it will work, I think, because the height is well distributed with that large case. So, conclusion, I'm very happy that this watch came to light, and I'm extremely curious how it will perform when it's actually available, because you can pre-order the watch now, but delivery will take place in May 2024. Alright, let me know what you think about these watches. I'm really interested to hear your opinion about the Cimier 711. And that's it for this episode. Thank you very much, and see you next Monday to Watch of the Week.